Yeah.
Ready for this magic? Cup of rice. Enough for 3 people. Oops. I'm glad I'm outside because I don't have to clean any of this shit up.
No, you don't.
Love it.
That's why you're an RV.
That's right. Yeah, that really sucks about that fucking market.
Oh, it's just plain mean, man.
It is.
It's just plain mean.
I know.
It's pretty mean.
I agree. Really? Almost, yeah. Wow, so now I know for next time. 1 can of green beans has enough water to make 1 cup of eggs. Of eggs. Of course.
Actually, I think you're quite correct.
I'm telling you right now, it's just proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, but you miscalculated.
Not.
Because the water on rice is a minimum of 2.3 to 1.
No, well,
Yes.
well, whatever. This thing measures everything, so.
No, I'm saying you basically put in a cup of juice and a cup of rice. You're missing 1.3 more cups of liquid. Okay, trust me. Trust me. I'm thinking about doing some serious plagiarism this year.
Oh, yeah?
But I have to tell you something. I'm going to do it honestly.
Good. Honest plagiarism is the way to do it.
Yeah, because I think about different methods I want to achieve, but the ones that I want to achieve may or may not give me the instant financial gratification.
Right.
So I think I have to start in a different premise.
Oh, okay. Rice is on. I don't
Okay.
like that apple.
Yeah, I like it.
We're outdoor grilling with Dan.
Should you bring that container to put the meatballs in?
He has a little container, so I'm just going to go grab that and put
Yeah,
it
yeah.
back over here. I'll be
Make
right
sure
back.
it gives you enough, and tell him to get his ass over here, that
Yeah, I told
lazy
him.
fuck.
Okay. I have to go to the store first and get us beers. And then...
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Skippy was meditating or whatever, so he's not coming over right now, but he might be here later.
Oh,
So you know what I'm
okay.
going to do? This is what he gave me. So this is enough for me and you. So I'm gonna put that right on top of the rice and shit and let it all cook together.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I think that's a excellent.
I'll put that shit away.
Yeah.
This looks delicious. Like there's hard-boiled eggs or something in here.
Yeah.
Mmm. And there goes your little bit of more water than a quarter cup.
I attracted it. It happened.
Yep. Look at that shit. Big chunks of meatballs. That's gonna be delicious.
Yes, it is.
I cannot wait. All right, kids. I'm gonna put this shit away. And I need to go to the store and get beer. I got pulled over by fucking Barb and then Louie and all that shit.
Why?
Hanging out. I was hanging out with Barb and Louie and all that.
Oh, okay. That's
I
cool.
pulled over.
Oh, that's cool. No, I like Louie.
She made some drink with Faygo and rum. That blue Faygo cotton candy and rum. She was like, take a sip of this. I'm like, I would be so drunk.
She drinks serious shit.
That's like candy she was drinking. I was like, no wonder. I could drink this all day. Oh. I was like, what the hell was it?
That's a really nice little unit.
Thanks, man. I got it because it's like retro 50s or whatever.
It is.
I bought this for $3 like 11 months ago.
Yeah.
I haven't used it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect for boondocking because it uses this.
Yeah.
And you could also use butane cans, which I
Yeah.
have. I have one that I need to use that.
No, that's really cool.
Dual fuel.
Yeah, dual fuel is always cool.
Yeah.
Hey, so what I'm going to do is,
What are you going to do?
where are you?
Here,
All right, I'm going to go down my house and drop off this envelope
and pick
and
up.
pick up the vacuum.
Very good.
So you need to put some shit away if you're going to go to the store and get beer.
Yeah.
Don't leave shit out.
No.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. I'll probably be at the store when you get back.
Mandatory that all cops have to go to college and all cops have to serve in some type of civil service.
Yes.
Because I include that with firemen also because, you know, I'm getting sick of these cocksuckers getting fucking juiced in because daddy's uncle's been there 25 years,
Right.
even though he's a fat fucking slob who's never done nothing. And I really think it's fucking pathetic when you call up an ambulance and 2 fire trucks show up with a fucking paramedic vehicle the size of a fucking Mercy hospital. Excuse me. Ambulance. Single vehicle. Put the body in the back. Keep it alive till you get to the hospital. What's all this shit? I'll tell you what it is. It's ripping off the general public. Okay? Why did you bring a fire truck? Did I say fire? Or did I say I'm having chest pain? No, it's bullshit. It's they $15 million an hour.
No, true.
Charging back to the state and all this shit.
I know. I got tickets to
what
the
I'm
hospital.
saying is the waste of the money
Right.
is so
I
fucking
agree.
prevalent
I agree.
across the board.
I agree.
You know how much we've given Pakistan for the past fucking 20 years?
No idea.
35 billion.
Jesus.
35 billion.
With a B.
You know how big Pakistan is?
No.
Okay, it's about the size of your fucking trunk. All right?
It's smaller than my covered wagon? Wow.
So why are we giving you money again?
Really? Well, they have something that we need.
See,
Poppy seeds or something. Well, that's Afghanistan.
Oh, it's the whole region.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm coming home to you. Alabama.
You know, I have to tell you something.
Tell
And
me.
it actually swayed me from joining law enforcement.
Just waited you.
Yeah.
Are you going to finish your story?
Yeah. There was this federal marshal. His name was Tino Orlando.
Tito? Orlando?
Tino.
Tino?
Yeah. He's a brute of a guy. I mean, at the time, he could run up a flight of bleacher stairs at the football field, which he used to do by practice. And he could bench
What was the one rule of using the sand?
Excuse me, it wasn't a rule, it was a suggestion.
No.
It's a big fucking difference.
No. Yes, there is, and I said it was a rule.
Yeah, keep it up and I'll pull a booger out and flick it on your fucking new table.
What's wrong with you?
And when that fucker hits, it'll glue.
That's it, permanently.
It'll stay there
That's
forever.
I know, I won't be able to
So
get
in
rid of
10
it.
years, you'll be like, what was that fucking guy's name? I know this
Whose
much.
booger is this again?
He put a booger on my table. Now, I would never intentionally do that unless it worked perfectly.
Right. There's always a caveat with you, Daniel.
But what's fascinating is, anyway, this guy was like the marshal's marshal, okay?
Uh-huh.
So a lot of times, you know, most of the special guys they get within those realms, they come from different jurisdictions around the country. So they used to take him and use him for all kinds of shit, okay? But see, their basic job is just to guard the judge in the courtroom, okay? And then they do have a wing that goes out and gets people that break the warrants, because they're all about the fucking coin. They bring Tino in to bring down Joe Leader.
Tito?
Tino.
That's not good.
No, it's okay. They bring him in to bring down Joe Leader. He's actually the one that personally guarded John Gotti.
Oh, yeah?
This is the heavy hitter for the country.
Guy.
But no, what I'm trying to tell you is, when I tell you a story like this, I'm talking the extreme realms of government and special people that know what they're doing. I'm telling you. I'm not bullshitting you. So Tino, Joe Leader, do you know who he was?
No.
Joe Leader was the number 2 man in the Medellin cartel. Number 2, the Medellin cartel in South America, which was Pablo Escobar. Okay. Now Reagan blew him the fuck up. Okay. Joe Leader was number 2. Joe Leader had so much fucking money buried, they still haven't found it today. And it's been on the news 30 years ago. You just don't remember seeing it. They were looking for it. Billions. So they go down to South America. They hit Joe Leader in the head with a stick. They throw him on a plane, and they bring him to JFK, LaGuardia. And when he hits the tarmac, they say, oh, gee whiz, you're under arrest. You're on the tarmac of the United States. That's how it happened. They bring him into federal court in New York. They asked him. Now, the guy that personally guarded him was Tino.
Oh, yeah?
One man in one Brinks truck with one criminal. But they put him in there because he's killed a lot of people. Right. And he has, no one's escaping him.
Right.
All right, because we'll all die first.
Right.
That goes way back. But he says to Joe Leader in the back of the Brinks truck going to federal court, Joe Leader's going to go do life somewhere. And they're going to whack him in prison because of what he knows. Because that'll get back to our government. So he's done. And Tino says, hey man, he says, why don't you fucking stop? No one was looking for you for a while. He says, I made my first million, and I wonder what it would be like to have tens of millions. He said, then I made tens of millions shortly thereafter.
Did you smell that?
Yeah.
Me too.
And then I'd wonder what it'd be like to have hundreds of millions. Hundreds. And Tino's just sitting there. And Tino's telling me this, me and my dad. By the way, my dad got Tino his job.
Oh, yeah?
That's another story. So, then Joe Leader looks at Tino and he goes, then I wanted to know what it would be like to be a billionaire. And I became a billionaire. He goes, you know how long ago that was, Tino? Tino goes, no. He goes, 10 years ago I was a billionaire. What do you think I'm worth now? I'm a multi-billionaire. And that's why you're arresting me. Because they want my fucking money. It's in all Swiss bank accounts and shit. 700... Oh, I don't even know the number. But then he says to Tino, he says, you know what's funny, Tino? He says, what? he says, guess who has more people on the payroll to keep drugs illegal in the whole world? In the United States. He says, the right-wing coalition, probably. He says, no, me. He says, I have more lobbyists on the payroll for a couple $100,000 a year each. And there's 50 of them. And their only job is to keep drugs illegal. Because I get 20, 30, 40% times the fucking markup.
Right.
Not percentage.
Right.
20, 40, 50 times what you would buy it for legally.
Right.
So I lose 5 shipments.
Right.
One goes through, I just made all the money.
Right.
So that's a true story. And then he says to Tino, he says, you know, I got to... Yeah, Tino. Tino. He says to Tino, he says, hey, I got people coming from me. They're going to kill you first. He said, that's all right. He says, because I'm going to kill you first.
Oh, shit.
So Joe Leader's now doing life.
Mm-hmm.
Tino retired to Maui. Probably up the street from George. George has probably met him, we don't even know.
Doesn't know.
That's a true story.
I believe you.
So I thought to myself, yeah, man. Yeah, this whole system is fucked up. I used to believe in the whole system.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm talking Nazi belief in the whole system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking Nazi belief.
Nazi.
And I got to tell you now, I'm like, what a big fucking circle jerk for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The numbifications of the fucking schools, the drug laws, all this other shit. It's just, all of this is just a means for the fucking rich to get richer and the poor to fucking get poorer.
Mm-hmm.
They're not trying to empower anybody. They're trying to fucking destroy them, and they're doing a fucking beautiful job at it.
Right.
Because we clap it in. Every law and rule they come up with, we clap it in. Oh yeah, we want that. Mm-hmm. It's gonna fuck you, but you don't know it yet.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I guess now I've become a liberal conspiratorian. Hey, you know, I've seen enough and heard enough where it blows my fucking mind, some of the shit.
Uh-huh.
Because some of it is, well, there's one item that's so esoteric. I still, you know, I got 2 wake-up calls when I became a chief electrician on a Department of Defense ship.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a pretty heavy ship. It was a fucking platform is what it was. A platform for Special Forces ship.
Just push it.
And, yeah, but I was putting it out first.
Yeah, you don't need to. You push it down there and it goes out by itself.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I did it. But the thing is that 2 of the things that blew my mind was I remember being parked outside of Kuwait on a ship. And we were a small ship. Mm-hmm. And I remember looking over and seeing these 2 oil tankers sitting there. Fucking massive. Now, I did actually install all of the fuel oil indicators on the USNS Mercy and the USNS Comfort, which are 2 of the largest hospitals in the world, and they happen to be on ships. I installed that shit, so I'm quite familiar with those 2 vessels. They basically converted super tankers, okay, into hospital ships, and largest emergency rooms in the world. You get lost.
I can imagine.
Oh no, there's people that is their job to tell you which way to go. It's that big.
Uh-huh.
And it's compartmentalized.
Right. The
so picture living inside your place and then walking through another 15 million just like it. Okay, right. But I remember asking a friend of mine I had worked with on different vessels before, what's that? He says, that's George's. I said, George who? He said, your president. Those are his ships. It's called Zapata Corporation. They're the largest oil tankers in the world.
Oh, yeah?
They have a 5-year shelf life. You know what that means? That means they build them, and they're so fucking massive that the structural integrity cannot hold up.
For more than 5 years, so they have to retire them?
They sink them and destroy them.
Right.
How much money do you think they make to make a ship like that?
Billions, probably.
One run from Kuwait with a full tank to New York City pays for the boat. It's $375 million worth of oil. One run.
It's ridiculous.
So the President of the United States invades Kuwait. His 2 fucking oil tankers are sitting at the dock. Oh, at the dock. Okay, so Dan starts going, what am I doing here again? What's going on? Never on the news. Oh, you can look it up and backspace all kinds of shit. You'll have so much evidence it just blow your mind. But it's like nobody even talks about it. I'm like, okay, that's a little conflict of interest, isn't it? Starting a fucking possible nuclear war because your oil tankers aren't full of oil?
Right.
Because the asshole fucking shut the pipes off? That's what happened. But the other interesting thing that blew my fucking mind and still does today, and I've seen some shit, I'll tell you right now, and I've heard of some shit, and I'll never repeat it to you. You'll never hear it, actually. Okay? Because it's outside of your fucking realm of understanding.
Okay.
And if you don't know, it won't matter.
So what were you saying?
Okay, I'm just going to throw out a couple of things for you, and I want you to just check them out, and then you can actually bring back me some information.
Okay.
But I think the fact that you go to check them out is going to blow your mind. Okay. The first thing I want you to do is look up the island of Diego Garcia. It's located south of India, south of Sri Lanka. It's a British military base. Have you ever heard of it?
No, doesn't ring any bells.
Well, you know what's interesting about Diego Garcia? It's no longer put on maps, as well as there's quite a few other islands throughout the world that don't exist on a map. Why is that?
I don't know. That's the question I was just going to ask.
Okay, that's kind of neat, right? Okay. Yeah, I bring salt and pepper for you.
I can use a little salt and pepper.
There you go.
Release for a second.
You're the chef, man. I know. I'm not ready yet. It's looking pretty good, isn't it?
Oh, it fucking looks delicious. It tastes delicious. I'm going to bring these back over here because I know we're probably going to want to season to taste. I have little napkins for us. That's yours. I'm going to put this right here to cover that hole because I'm afraid something's going to fall in there.
That's a valid point. I think you should leave it there until you taste it.
There and see what takes it. See
Okay,
finds
that's
it,
cool.
that's what takes it.
Yeah, that's cool. Now here's the most interesting thing that happened at that time, and it still is, bar one other event, which just recently occurred, but you know nothing about it. Well, there's two interesting factoids that occurred. One then and one recently, which I find to be the two most interesting things to ever happen in my lifetime, with no explanation.
What is that?
Now, see, at that time, when the Army came in with Schwarzkopf, do you remember that? How old were you?
I don't know. What year was that?
That was 91.
I was 20.
Now, when Schwarzkopf came in there, do you know where he went, dude?
No. No idea.
He went directly from the coast of Kuwait, past the burning oil fields, past all of the troops with the First Army, and they went directly to Baghdad. They never stopped to shoot anybody.
Right.
Because on either side of the convoy, yeah, keep talking. I am. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now. Because on either side of the convoy, they had planes and drones that went, look at,
I'm looking. There.
kill, straight down. To where?
Utah.
Directly in the inner city of Baghdad to the museum. Now here's what's fascinating about that. First of all, that's kind of fucking erratic, crazy fucking behavior to begin with, in anybody's war plan. The cuneiform tablets, which are in kind of a limestone stone, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
And there's many museums around the world that actually have a lot of them also. But the biggest shipment was in the basement of the fucking Baghdad Museum.
Right.
So they show up. They load their 6x up with all these tablets. And then they turn around and they drive back to the fucking coast. Like nothing happened. They're in the middle of a war. But they went here, picked up a bunch of rocks. They say about 15,000 tablets. Loaded them up, bring them back, loaded them onto pre-positioned ships that went to Diego Garcia, by the way. Okay. Place you've never heard about. Yet it's the #1 bombing run for the whole Middle East. It's an airstrip / port for Defense Department vehicles. Only. Yeah, you don't sit on the sand there in vacation. If you get real close to the island, they blow you the fuck out of the water. And air, land, or sea, you're gone. It's one of the only natural atolls in that area, which means it has giant valleys all the way around it, so that if there's a tsunami, the wave gets absorbed within
the impact.
There. So even though it's a very low-level island, it's a relatively low oasis. It doesn't get touched by the ocean. The ocean gets absorbed around. But anyway, the other thing is Antarctica. Now this is not small, and this is huge, and it goes way back to the fucking Nazis, okay? Because they're the ones that kind of started this shit. You have to remember, after World War I, Germany was broke. They didn't have any money. No one had basically bread and cheese. But you know what they did at that time? For some reason, they initiated one of the largest air-sea recovery setups to the Antarctic from Germany. Okay, so they get down there. Why they're going down there, nobody actually knows. There's no war. This is after World War I, before World War II. They have no money, but they're going to spend all their national resources on going to Antarctica. Something's off here. So you get to Antarctica, and they cut off a slice of fucking land. They call it New Swabia. Okay. Yeah, they still own it. And then they come back and they start World War II. Okay. There's theories and legends around Antarctica, big time. What's fascinating about Antarctica is all kinds of little things, such as back in 1899, the Norwegians put a bunch of ships together, like the English and other people, and they went down to Antarctica. Well, what the Norwegians did is they bring a whole herd of reindeer. The problem with bringing reindeer to Antarctica is we've been told it's a frozen wasteland and there is no vegetation.
Right, for them to live.
Yeah, well, that was in 1899. The fucking herd's still there. What have they been eating? Simple question.
Maybe they're magical. Maybe they're Santa's reindeer.
No, simple question. What have they been eating?
True.
Now let me tell you the scariest part about Antarctica. It's the only place in the world you can't sail to or fly over. Did you know that?
No.
Because I've sailed in all seas. And you go to the 60th parallel down to Antarctica, don't cross it. Do you know why?
The government.
It's not going to be the Coast Guard coming over and saying, hey, you crossed the border a couple of feet. No, they blow you the fuck out of the water with nuclear subs.
Jesus.
Hello? Oh no, I ain't joking.
It seems extreme.
But now, let's take a flight over Antarctica. Let's go from Australia over Antarctica and drop in South America. That would be the fastest route. Yeah, but you can't. You can't fly over Antarctica. Why? Do you think maybe you might look down and see that it's plush and green? Maybe. Plush and green. And it's one of the largest continents in the world. And it might be full of aliens. Now, here's an interesting factoid. These are all factoids, but when you look at the factoid in itself, it's so fucking scary for the doors that it can open. It can blow your mind. Now, at the end of World War II, we had Operation Paperclip, where we grabbed all these Nazi scientists and we bring them here. Russians grabbed a shitload, bring them over there. The problem is some of the heaviest fucking hitters disappeared. And at the very end of the war, the Nazis had created quite a few high-tech subs. In fact, almost 50 years ahead of anything the United States created in the 80s. Just matched what they had in the fucking 40s. That's the knowledge those fuckers had. But all the subs disappeared. They all disappeared.
Why?
No one knows where they were. They built them, they loaded them with people and equipment, and they left. Now the story is they went down Argentina, they went to Antarctica, and they parked them in their new fucking Fourth Reich base down there with the aliens. Now, this is the cement of the story.
I'm kind of
This is going to blow your mind.
All right, good.
I have to tell you this because
Tell me.
once you start investigating it, you may become encapsulated for your whole life.
I don't want to.
No.
I'm going to make you a bowl?
No. Make yourself one.
I'm done.
I will go get some. But I have to tell you this.
Go ahead, keep talking. I'm listening.
So, shortly after that, Admiral Byrd, who was one of the most distinguished admirals in the whole United States. He not only had the politics and the military, but he also had the family money connections. Do you understand? They put together an armada. Yeah. 5 or 6 ships, planes, and crews. And they head down to Antarctica after the war, shortly after the war. Well, there's a little problem there. Why are we putting an armada together to go to Antarctica? There's nothing there, right?
Right.
So why are we going? Well, he went down there and got his ass kicked. So whoever was down to Antarctica, and we know it was the fucking Russians, I mean the Germans. No, please. No, I don't.
Yes.
No, please, no, wait. Please, wait. Please, I want to wait. Please. Please, I want to wait 5 minutes. Please.
All right, relax.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm like that. Thank you. But here's what I'm saying.
Okay, say what you're saying. I'm waiting.
Oh, leave that out. I'll try it too. I know it's vicious, but I'll do it.
No, it's not that.
They got their ass kicked. They came back with dead bodies, ships that were in ruins, and they never went down there again. Do you understand? So what the fuck's down there that nobody tells us about? And what happened last year when Hillary Clinton and Trump were... One day before the election, John Kerry leaves the United States, and he flies to Antarctica. One day before the election of Hillary Clinton or Trump. The Secretary of State leaves and goes to Antarctica.
That's suspicious, if you ask me.
Oh, it gets better. Guess who else was down there?
Who?
The Catholic or Orthodox Russian fucking Pope.
Really?
And then Pope Francis went down to Argentina. They all went down there the same day. And then there was a bunch of other diplomats that went down there. To Antarctica.
For what reason? There's nothing down there.
Now, you're like, fuck, I wish I never heard about this.
Yeah, like I am now, you mean? Or it gets worse?
You know.
How's your dinner?
It's incredible.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Incredible's a lofty word.
Yeah, Skippy's missing it because I think he listened to those subliminal tapes too much. And he's gone from becoming a genius to becoming brain dead. I mean, that's okay. I mean, I understand the science around it, and that's all cool, but I mean, I don't think you should listen to him like 24 hours a day.
Well, you know, to each their own. If you need to have it on in the background, I understand that. It's come up pretty damn good, huh?
I'm really wanting to buy the same rice cooker because it did the rice perfect.
I know, it's excellent. I love that little thing. Trust me, I'll give it to you when I leave you. Unless, Oh, really? So this is it.
What is it?
Oh, no, nothing.
You were
laptop.
doing something on that computer, and then you said, "This is it."
Yeah, it's out of storage space, so I can't transfer any more files to it.
You know what's so nice about this meal is it's healthy too. You know. You know.
Yeah, rice, beans, meatballs.
Yeah.
Thanks, Skippy.
Yeah.
And we didn't do shit for it. That little machine right over there did all the work. We just drank beer.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you try some of that?
Yeah, I did. I really like it, actually.
It's not bad, right? It's a little spicy, but it's got flavor to it.
Yeah, it's not like overly demanding.
Yeah, it doesn't blow your head off.
Oh, that must be George.
Yeah, little sister.
So I guess I'm saying there's a lot more shit than, you know, when you start looking at it. It's really fucking scary. And I'm not talking about the hype.
What are you talking about?
Because there's plenty of shit on YouTube that hypes all this shit up into the radical end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that, but what I'm saying is that if you just follow the factoids, they're scary enough. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, you know the government's capable of starting a war like Vietnam or Afghanistan or Iraq. It will. And the general public will go along with it because they're so fucking ignorant.
Right.
They have no idea how the rest of the world's living.
Or they can't be bothered.
I don't think it's that so much as lack of fucking knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, the average nightly news report contains no news. I mean, it's just pathetic.
Right, unless the Kardashians are doing it.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, it's basically a big fucking TMZ show every night.
Right.
And, hey, so here's what I'm thinking.
What are you thinking? A couple more beers?
No, actually, I'm thinking, let's dump the rest of that shit into these two bowls. And then I'd like to go home and take this bowl and lay down.
Oh, okay.
I would.
All right.
I mean,
like right now? Like you're done for the night right now? You don't want to smoke a cigarette and finish your beer?
no, I'm thinking dump that in there. I'll go home and I'll eat it hot while I'm in the bed.
Oh, okay.
And just kind of chill. And I very much enjoyed that conversation.
Oh, me too.
I mean,
always.
Oh, I mean, that's a given. Now, you good on the salt and pepper?
Yes, thank you. I have my own. I appreciate it.
All right, so
ready?
Let's dump. Bring the whole thing over.
Yeah. I'm going to grab it.
Yeah, dump it all in.
Dump it all in.
Oh, mama.
It's kind of hot.
Yeah, don't burn your hand, man.
Try not to. Hold on a second.
Where's your what?
Like a blue, oh, there's a lot here too.
I know, yeah.
Ready?
You know, equally short because...
Oh, yeah. I'm going to use a spoon.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I mean, hey, yourself. Make sure you get some milk.
That's it.
Oh, that's perfect.
Good.
So what I'm going to do is put some of this hot sauce on.
Yeah, help yourself.
And then I'm just going to chill by the TV.
Awesome.
The reason I need to lay down is I walked so much today.
Oh, yeah. You're worn out.
And
now you ate with a full belly, all nice and warm.
Oh, this is awesome. I just have to change my, what do you call it? Ergodynamics.
Yeah, I hear it. Your surroundings.
Oh, this is awesome. Okay, hey, listen.
Yes.
All right, you're in charge. I may be back in a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, you never know.
All right. I'll see you later.